Hey guys, I'm here to get into Phantom of the Paradise, which was directed by Brian De Palma in the year 1974. And this is just a must see, especially if you're like a fan of music, as this just perfectly organically conveys a lot of like the glam rock influence going on in the music scene in the mid 70s, and just a full on just kind of world built, sense of world building and experience. It almost has this kind of like dark comedy thriller kind of perspective moving all throughout. Just incredible characterization all over the place. Like it feels very influenced by a lot of like zombie vampire horror, you know, and there's a lot of German expressionism, especially like F.W. Murnau, and a lot of Alfred Hitchcock thrillers as well. You could say there's just uh, this one's just always kind of on a just larger than life kind of perspective of characters who are just feeling like maybe like perfect balance of just like like legends and or like lame. There's just kind of like this perfect middle ground this film conveys with about every character, and it just turns out to be a really evolutionary perspective of just like I don't know. It's almost just like the life of imagination of a music fan, you could say, in a lot of ways. Just kind of listening to this film, it felt uniquely per- personal as this song is played. And I love all the characters here. Like, my favorite's gonna be Jessica Harper. Like her time as Suspiria is my all-time favorite performance by her. I mean, just a perfect performance. This is actually her debut, and she's just it's just uniquely perfect how she plays all this out. I mean, performing all these songs and just the atmosphere of this film is just uniquely perfect. There's some musical influence going on here too. Like I mean, this is just one of the best I've ever seen. And it just runs through all kinds of just amazing characterization, just perfect screenplay writing, directing, and just perfect music. You could say more than anything. I mean, there's just all kinds of like you can take an influence from a lot of like '60s bands, like Beach Boys. You could say especially a lot of stories like Beauty and the Beast. It's just such a wide variety going on here in the way that this whole film is just kind of portrayed. And just kind of see a complete depiction of world building within all the characters and all the scenarios going on here. And it's pretty flawless. I mean, I think I've watched this twice over this past year, and it's just ultimately just a completely flawless kind of depiction of just like perfect layers of substance and of depiction in every single sense of the word. You could say that there's just a lot of influence that going on here of like definitely some Stanley Kubrick influence, and even like Gene Kelly like an influence as well. Um, yeah, I just really love this film very much, and it just ends on a perfect note in every sense of the word, with just a wide variety of genres. Like it kind of just feels like it's unclassifiable. It's just kind of a place of its own entirely. That Brian De Palma depicts here. It's just a very original in the '70s. He was generally more of a thriller kind of director here. Here was just a very unique moment of his whole entire filmography, which is like gothic horror with like rock influence, you could say. But it just ends up being such an original impact that I just have to say I love every frame of this film. I really can't wait to see this again and further absorb it, this mastery from start to finish. So this gets strongly recommended.